We're learning Perek Hey Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah. Kol kli, every vessel of cheres, which is made out of ceramic. Yishtamish ben chometz, which you use chometz bechamin, and we'll go down to the Peirush. Kol bein kli rishon. It doesn't matter whether it was on the fire, kigoin kederis, like pots. Bein kli sheni kigoin karois. It doesn't matter whether it was spoons. Bein shoyu meshuchin. Doesn't matter whether they were covered with ceramic. Vishuin, he made it smooth but over with lead. Shoisan oisam kain zechuchis. It's made like a covering of glass. Bein shoyecheres kimin shein, or just the way ceramic is made. There's no way to kasher them, therefore you don't use it for matzah. You leave it for after Pesach and you cooking it after Pesach. Now Mishnah decides the Gemara, the Rif Sochim 30b, that everything that's chometz and a kli cheres, the blia doesn't go out from the kli, mishum agolo, v'echshu, without any agolo and echshu. The blia doesn't go out from the side of the vessel with any type of boiling. Therefore, you can't kasher it. The Voshim writes that even if he filled it up with coals and he heated it up, it's not kosher, because it's not like a barrel of cheres where we had, or an oven of cheres that you filled it up with gecholim, with coals, and you heated it up. We used to have the chometz, it's mutter. But a vessel is different. It doesn't help to put in coals, and the Maggid Mishnah does not say why it's not the same. The Gemara explain that we're afraid, since the vessel will crack, therefore people won't do it enough, and therefore we're afraid that we don't permit him to do it at all. Now, Goz Maimonides explains it doesn't matter whether it was covered with lead. It's found in Psachim 30b that they asked around Meima, Hani minin de kunya, which is a kli cheres, which is a ceramic which is covered with lead. Can you use it on Pesach? The Gemara says that they too give off that which they absorbed, and therefore it's forbidden, even though I would think, since they are covered with lead, they did not see more through the lead of the chometz than they would be in a metal pot. But the Rambam's the opinion that no, it goes through the lead into the ceramic, and from the ceramic it doesn't go out. The Maggid Mishnah cites the source of this din. You leave it till after Pesach from the Gemara Sochim 38. Here we find that Rav is of the opinion that Kteres Cheres for Pesach Yishberu. The Kteres of Cheres on Pesach should be broken. It's forbidden to leave them till after Pesach. In Shmuel's of the opinion, you can leave them until after Pesach and then cooking them. The Ram and the Riv say the Halacha is like Shmuel, even though usually Ram and Shmuel disagree with something which has to do with Isser. The Halacha is Karab, not money, but having to do with Isser. Chometz is an Isser. Here the Halacha is a Shmuel, like Shmuel before, because we paskin like Rab Shimon, and Shmuel paskins like him. And Rava also agrees with that. Rabbi Manoach adds that you have to first cleanse it and clean it very well and dry it, so that the chometz should not be there in the sides, and then you can leave it till after Pesach. Then you can use it whether you use it for Pesach, for chometz or not, and so too ceramic pots that you were used as a kli sheni. It has to be cleaned as well. Now, Hachzoros Hagdero lekivshan. What happens if you want to cleanse, you want to kasher it by putting it back in the fire? When they make ceramic, they make it in a very hot oven. So Rabbi Manoach writes that the Ravid in Tshuva Shela says you can, if you put the pot, the soup bowls back into the oven from which they were made, so then It's kosher for Pesach. He recites it from the Gemara in Zvochem, 95b. The cheres that was cooked, a kochim should be broken because they received kochim. And then after the time of achilos, the bliya becomes noiser. The Gemara asks a question: why should it be broken? Bring it back to the oven. So you see that if you brought it back to the oven, it would be enough. And by kochim, we learn it from kochim. And so Rabbi Yaakov and Rabbi Alatoisus agree. But lemalom begacheles liyaspik. To fill them with coals, it won't work. And the Gemara explains because a person is fearful lest the bowl crack, and he won't do it properly. But if you put it into the oven, then there's nothing to watch out for. It's done, and therefore he won't take it out until they'll be properly heated. But he adds, still, the world is noyig. The custom is not to use ceramic vessels on Pesach, only new ones, and not old ones that you put back into the kivshon, because it's very hard to do, and it costs a lot of money. Therefore, it's better to buy new ones. Halacha l'maisa. Shulchan Aruch paskins. There's of cheres that you use for chametz the whole year. You have to clean them well. It shouldn't be chametz recognizable. Mishnah Berurah says, and the same thing applies to any vessels that were used by pouring into them. And the Mechava continues. However, you can leave them until after Pesach, and you can use them, and you don't have to worry about whether it's a minoy or shaloi b'minoy. And you hide it in Pesach in a special place, so you won't use it chas v'shalom on Pesach. It's better in a room and to put away the key where it's locked. The Mishnah Berurah adds that the same rule applies by other kelim and not from cheres, even though you can kasher them. When he doesn't kasher them, it's better to wash them and to put them someplace after Pesach. The Mechava is talking in actuality. The other vessels, since you can kasher them, Mishra, you do so. But these that you have no takona, you definitely have to hide. The Mechava continues. If he heats them in fire, it doesn't help, and not for any ceramic vessel that he used for chametz, even not al yidei ha'or, even not through the fire. Meaning, he didn't stay on the fire, but he poured into it hot chametz. And the Mishnah Berurah explains that soka is only from outside. It doesn't help to it's outer heat. It doesn't pull out what's inside. The Rambam adds, even in a klisheni, the same rule applies. The Mishnah Berurah says, even though he didn't pour from the kedera into it, only into another vessel, such as a soup ladle, and after that he would put it into this vessel, it's still, since you can't kasher it, therefore you can't use it. The Mishnah Berurah continues, to begin with, one should be stringent like the Ramah, that you shouldn't permit even when he knows that attachment b'chometz is b'klisheni. Only b'kli matris, he always has to do agola. Klicheres, that doesn't help agola or hezek. It's impossible. You can't use it on Pesach. Mechava continues, and it doesn't help to burn it out, even if it'll fill it with coals, because we're afraid he won't do it correctly. He's afraid that the vessel, the ceramic vessel, will burst. And however, if you put it back into the oven, it is all right. Since the fire is very great, certainly he's not afraid. He's not afraid it's going to burst, because if it's going to burst, it would burst from the oven. Furthermore, the Mechava paskins klicheres, which is covered behituch shel zchuchias. If it's covered with, as we have today, what's it called? China is covered with a glass covering. It has a din like ceramic. Shavur adds, that even by lead covering, also it doesn't help agola, because if you use it for chametz and hot, the chametz went into the whole width of the wall of the vessel, and part of it is ceramic, and that cannot be kasher.